is nice. Hello, this evening, my guest is Mr. Luke Hemmings. Welcome to the show, brother. What's up?
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So where are we today?
We're in Italia, Milano.
And what's the mission?
The mission here is to tell people about Episodio, see some fans, kind of spread the word through Europe about where the band's at now. It's important that we came here in person so people know that we're not 16 anymore.
Yeah. Do you miss playing guitar every day?
Yes. I miss being in my house and being able to write whenever I want. But this is a part of being able to write more, I guess.
Do you write on the road?
No.
I don't. I can't.
No, I can't at all. It kind of, unfortunately, sucks the creativity out of me.
Yeah.
Somewhat. I don't know if you feel the same.
Why is it?
I've never been able to figure it out because I feel like songwriting is a very insecure, judging yourself and what you've done, but being on stage is like you're not the person that's writing songs.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Which I'm sure it does to you.
Because I'm in the band.
Yeah, exactly. But
no, it doesn't make sense to me, sorry.
I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, so I feel like the person that is writing songs and making the songs isn't exactly the same person as on stage.
Yeah.
Because you have to be larger than life, not insecure about your issues.
Yeah. How do you deal with the issues? When have you had time? When do you get time? What, when you go home?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Kind of. We had more time on this album in LA where we live.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't really get much time.
Yeah.
There's not any time here because no one wants to hear about your issues in interviews.
What do you miss about home?
LA?
Yeah.
I miss my girl. I miss my dog. Like I said, I miss being in my house. My favorite thing is to get up, have a coffee, and then sit down at the piano or get a guitar and then try and write a song. And sometimes they come out good, sometimes they come out bad, but still, like in the morning, the day starts off usually with creativity and something coming out, whereas the day on tour starts off not that way. So you almost are left.
Are all the sacrifices that, being away all the time, every day, is it worth it?
Yeah, I think so.
That's the big question.
Yeah, I don't know.
And for some reason, it's like that's really what truthful passion is. It's like giving yourself to something, like doing what you love and letting it kill you, that statement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not that this is going to kill us, but we got all... That's all the time we have. That's all the time we have. All right, thanks, folks. It's been a conversation with Luke. Hello from Italy.
Bye.
Bye. Come on in, brother. Come in.
You want a room service?
How you doing?
Half one on the spot.
I ordered...
What is this?
This is
It's an interview for the band?
This is our interview, brother. I'm looking for a new bass player. The old one was far too Scottish and far too New Zealand.
Oh, no.
All at the same time.
That's detrimental.
How you doing?
Feeling good.
Can I ask you a question?
As you like.
How do you feel today?
Not bad.
Not good.
Not great. Not bad.
Yeah. How many days a week do you think you feel off?
I think it's harder now, so just because the older I get, it's kind of harder to kind of equalize the equilibrium internally.
Equalize the equilibrium.
Does that make sense?
Of course it does.
Is that a thing?
Only you could say that in this interview, though.
Yeah, no. Internally, it's just getting a little more difficult as I grow older.
Yeah.
Just
How old are you today?
I'm 23.
Yeah.
Turned 23 in January, 25th.
That was a big one.
That was a big one.
I think I'm still...
Maybe that's why my equilibrium's thrown off. No, yeah, the older I get, it's just awareness. That's all it is.
Yeah. Do you like, is your mission statement as a musician and an artist now to eventually convey that message to the people that look up to you as fans? Do you want them to feel like it's fine, as they grow into adults? Some of our fans have grown up with us for years, obviously.
Yeah.
But is the main thing that you would like to convey at the moment is that you care about you look after yourself.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's always a tough thing, especially being an artist. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir here, but there's always things that you're constantly discovering, and some things are unknown, and there's questions, you're asking questions that don't have answers, and that's probably the toughest part.
Yeah.
But there's always things that you do know from what you've learned in the past, and that's, for me, is just like honesty.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now it's harder, especially with social media. It's hard to maintain that honesty, and when you feel like you're being honest, it doesn't feel like it's being reciprocated.
Is that because... Yeah, I mean, I often get caught up in the statistics behind honesty. I mean, honesty, unfortunately, these days is kind of shied away from.
Mm-hmm.
And is that a problem you have with expressing yourself online, or?
Yeah, in ways, it's something I'm still learning about myself. That's probably why I'm not as prominent on social media. That's why my footprint on social media is kind of is lessened over time, just because I want to be impactful with what I say.
Yeah.
And also finding that line of being also relatable in a way, I guess.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to say something to people, you want the energy to be reciprocated, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're a like-minded person in the fact that you want to be a classic artist. You want to be a timeless artist. And
well, I feel like when we say too much, we become too oversaturated as beings, and the strength and power of our words are stripped.
No, 100%. No, I think you're 100% right there. Yeah. So it's just, I mean, but you also can't be ignorant in the fact that this is where we're at as a society now, and you have to move with it. Yeah.
Is that what you would, convey to people that look up to you, your fans? What do you want them to know?
I think now more than, I think it's just always going back to just being your real self and and always, the core values that you hold within yourself. I think that you should explore them, and I think that it's all about, you should never react in fear. I think everything is love based, and that's also tapping into more of a spiritual sense, but it's constant challenge every day.
Are you reading anything at the moment?
I'm not reading anything. I'm listening to a lot of it's called secular Buddhism, and it's kind of not having ties to it as a spiritual matter or a religious matter. It's just that it just kind of helps me to reground myself.
Totally.
Ways, especially being on the road.
Mm-hmm. I think I would call myself a universalist in the sense that we've been so blessed to travel so much that when we're in all these different countries, I've seen what so many people and different people and beautiful people believe in.
Yeah.
So how could I believe in just one thing? I find the human condition is the most important thing to learn about, and that's what I relate to in Buddhism, because it denies the false pretenses of hope. The human existence is hard, and it's supposed to be, and that's why I really relate to Buddhism in general. But
I'd be interested to hear with you and how you keep, as I was talking about before, just the balance of the chemically in your brain.
Oh, yeah.
I know that you're...
Oh, man. Yeah, I choose to not medicate with antidepressants or anti-anxiety medication just because I don't trust it. And for me to fully be my own being, and for me to trust that I am being fully Ashton, I don't think I can medicate. So I do a lot of yoga. And a lot of things I'm very proactive about looking after my own mind, because I understand it feels sometimes really tough to be inside my own mind, but I respect it though, and I do work to and don't get me wrong, it is tough. I do struggle with depression and anxiety. You know that. You're with me,
no. Especially now, just because, I mean, internally, a lot of people may not know this, but internally, you are the main force and drive of a lot of things, and a lot of end products that people do see is that responsibility kind of, is that a weight on your shoulders?
Oh, not really, because I want to dedicate my life to this, you know, whatever this may be, creating, and my mindset, I believe, is part of just my gift and of life. My being and my time here is, I must honor it in any way I can, and if I have all these ideas and I have the urge and passion to finish them, then that's my purpose.
Yeah.
You know? So it is stressful and it is hard sometimes, but ultimately I feel very wealthy. I felt pretty stoked to be able to create and have eyes and ears, you know.
That's awesome. How'd you come up with this?
Oh, thanks for watching. Let's get riggedy rigged. Thank you for watching. This is Ashton and Cal, Conversation with Calum.
See you later.
My guy. Next up, Michael Clifford. See ya.